So we want to impact the business. So if you want to impact the business, explain what impact is. Show us the impact, so to speak. Show us what justifies the investment. Okay, so, but then that leaves the bigger question, which is what is impact? And what is impact is something that is not at all settled. In my experience, on different companies, and as I said before, with people that work in this area. So I'll put this to you as a trade-off. Okay, because I think the trade-off is the best way of defining this. Although I don't have a definitive answer on where we should stay on that continuum of the two extremes of that trade-off. So, at one extreme, you are focused on changing the business model of the company as a whole, because it has to change, because in this specific case, we're talking about physical retail, and you have the growth of e-com, and then you have COVID that's increasing that or turbocharging that growth. But then where it's going to end, but we know it's going to be different, so we know it's going to be hybrid. So we need to have a business model for that. Okay, that means that if you're 100% on this side of that continuum, of that trade-off, that means that impact is measured by how much you change that business model and how much you can say after X time. Even the X is a big fight, but how much have you changed that at that stage? The other side of the continuum is the way to change a lot of this is by I won't say small changes, but I will say incremental changes. Projects that change the way that the moving parts of this business, be they visitors, stores, investors, managers, all of these parts interact towards a reality that will be much more omnichannel, just to keep under that big area. Okay. So you do a lot of small things that by themselves are small, and you admit that because you're impacting, I don't know, 10,000 people a year that choose to use a service that's purely mobile app driven, no person involved, nothing, but it's a very interesting way of interacting. But it's 10,000 people. We have shopping centers that have 26 million visitors a year. So size is a bit difficult to put on this discussion, but you know that you can change the world with one big bang. So you change with a lot of small things. So within this continuum of these two trade-offs is where the sweet spot lies.